Hello and welcome to the 9th episode of Tea with P. I'm your host, Pavel Karabelov, and joining me today is the one and only Paige Cabral. It's wonderful to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm very honored.
Well, that's nice to hear. So today, I realized I forgot to do this last week. We're drinking an Earl Grey Lavender from Tea and Trumpets. Tea and Trumpets is a local brand, I believe, based out of Petaluma. And they have the best tea in the world. Changed my mind. Anyhow, so Paige, we have a plan.
We do.
For the first time in my life, we have a plan when it comes to the podcast. And that plan is viewing the Met Gala. Gala or Gala?
I say gala. I mean, tomato.
Okay,
but...
so the Met Gala. Costumes this year. Not costumes, outfits. However, even before them, one quick question. I heard that you're doing a SAS.
I am
year.
doing a SAS.
Could you give us a quick overview of what that's going to be like?
Yes. So I will be directing Tennessee Williams' The Pretty Trap. The play in its entirety it's about 20 pages, so it's really short. It's really quick. It takes place over an evening, and there's a dinner party between four characters. Amanda, who is the mother, and she's very overbearing, very extroverted, she's a helicopter parent. And so she has a daughter, Laura, who's very shy, very introverted, very opposite from her. And she also has a son named Tom who, he's a little bit angsty. He's kind of ready to see the world a bit more and kind of get out of the small town rut. And so Amanda asks Tom to invite over basically a gentleman caller for Laura. And so Jim comes over. He's very charismatic, very charming, very kind. And Laura just doesn't want to be there. And so it's basically this whole dinner party where it's just Amanda being extremely overbearing and Laura trying to not freak out, and Tom kind of trying to keep the peace. It's a really interesting piece.
Yeah. I've read through some of the script. I'm very interested actually in joining that next year or auditioning for it. But yes, so that seems interesting. What are you planning to? Will this be a fall or a spring production? So
rehearsals will be primarily in the spring, so we'll do rehearsals Q1, Q2. My goal is to have a performance towards the end of Q3. Okay. So by Q4 we'd be totally done.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that in mind, let's move on to the Met Gala. Yes. I'm going to do my best to try and we can both do this, try and describe what we're seeing for them.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah, I would recommend to the listeners that you perhaps pull up these photos as we're talking about them. Because I feel like we'll try and talk through them, but I feel like, I don't know.
It won't
do it justice. Yeah.
I saw one, I was browsing through Reddit the other day. And I saw one photo which looked like someone wearing a lollipop. Her color scheme was just very rainbow.
Yeah.
Like one of those lollipops that you get on a stick at the carnival.
Yeah, totally.
What's this year's theme? Because I've heard they do themes.
Yes. So the way the Met Gala works, I'll try and come over this quickly, but so it's the first Monday of every May. It takes place every single year. It's at the Met in New York. And the whole event is basically to display that season's newest line that the chief and editor of Vogue, Anna Wintour, has been working on.
Okay.
And there's usually a theme with that line, and that is, in turn, the theme for what everybody is to wear. So this year's theme was Notes on Camp.
Notes on Camp.
Yes. So my first thought was like, summer camp, like s'mores kind of deal, like Girl Scouts. And then I looked into it more, and that's very much so not the case. So my understanding, and nobody really seems to understand the theme fully because it's very lucid.
Yeah.
But Notes on Camp was a paper written in, I believe, the 1800s, early 1800s. And it's basically a sort of commentary on society in that, the whole basis of the piece is that, camp, being camp, is very, being your truest, rawest self, but in a way that's very kind of out there, extravagant, over the top, And so that is definitely seen in some of the outfits that happened.
Do you have you read this, and do you know who wrote it or no?
No, I don't. I only have a very basic knowledge. But I'm sure it's been floating somewhere on the internet,
Probably.
so I'm very curious to read it.
Here or there, yeah.
Wikipedia something. Okay, so there were lots of outfits that I liked, and there were lots that I didn't. I'm sure everybody's been looking at this, but Lady Gaga this year.
She's been doing very well for herself with A Star Is Born.
Oh yeah.
As well as just has her music career, other with like Shallows. That one was it top of the charts? I think it might be.
Not to my knowledge. Probably, though.
I don't know. Because it was everywhere. You could not go into any department store without hearing that at least a dozen
Oh
times.
yeah, no. I think I can honestly say I've heard it on the radio at least once a day.
Yeah.
For like a month now.
So yeah, so she's been doing well. She did not win the Oscar for Best Actress. That went to
she didn't, but she did win it for Best Original Song.
Original Song, yes.
I remember her acceptance speech. Anyway, so this was her procession, I should say, of outfits. So
okay.
she I'm curious, what do you
is she in a present, like a gift in that first one, or is that a dress that's being held up by four short people underneath?
Okay, let me find a better photo. So she first walked on the carpet with this very, very long pink dress.
Yes.
Neon pink. Or more hot pink, actually.
Yeah, not neon. It doesn't hurt your eyes to look at.
No.
Quite... What's with the...
Over the top.
Yeah, it's very over the top. What is with the security guards, I can only assume, holding umbrellas over it?
I didn't really understand the whole umbrella moment.
I'm seeing, like, in the related images, she also has another umbrella with one that's a lot more modest, it seems like.
Yeah. So she was wearing the pink dress, I suppose is what you would call it.
Yes.
Then that comes off, and she had this kind of black, little black dress
with a large hem.
Yes.
It looks like.
Yes. I don't know if she was trying to go for Mary Poppins here.
Yeah.
I don't think she really knows what she was trying to go for here.
Emo Mary Poppins, it would seem. I mean, this is fine.
Perhaps.
I feel like
I'm fine with it.
This isn't too much. I feel like this would actually be a decent dress. Like, I could see people wearing these.
Totally. And I think with her eye makeup, kind of those long, spidery eyelashes.
Yes.
Not a good photo of it, but...
Yeah.
She definitely had a pop of color. Her hair was done very simplistically. Her nails were done very simplistically. And I especially think with her arm tattoos, this was a good fit for her.
Yes.
And then, but wait, there's more. Then the black dress comes off.
Oh, and
we're
slim
back.
Pink?
Yes. So now we're back to that kind of fuchsia, bright pink.
Yeah, it's slightly brighter than the previous one. It's leaning more towards pink than red.
Agreed.
Okay, and
then she has a telephone and sunglasses.
Is that like a block telephone, or is it just a cell phone like you see nowadays?
It's a block telephone, so she's going for like a retro moment.
I'm getting like that 70s sort of mom who's constantly on the phone smoking a cigarette of vibe.
I feel that.
Yeah, she's trying to attain some of her youthfulness.
I felt like in this whole procession of look, there's still one more, but she was just trying a little too hard, and it felt like she was reverting back to kind of old 2000s.
Meat dress Lady Gaga.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my. But yeah, so the first one was iffy.
It was good.
Second one I liked more. Third one it has a niche that it could aim for, definitely. Yes. Fourth one, I'm looking at it. I'm very confused.
It just feels unnecessary.
It's, to describe it simply, she's wearing fishnets with what seems to be like 4-inch platforms, and then maybe like an 8-inch heel.
Probably, yeah. If not taller.
I don't know how you...
And then
what
just a
you
bra.
Call, a bra and shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of shorts you describe that, but...
Yeah, like booty shorts, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know what the intention was here.
I mean, she took off the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's...
Oh, and then, okay, it's not in this photo, but then she comes out with, like,
She has
a
more...
cart.
Because
yeah, so she has a cart with this luggage in it, and it's, like, clear luggage.
Is that wine? I'm seeing, like...
Or bottles of champagne?
Champagne, maybe, yeah.
Rosé? Okay, wait, here we go. So that's her with the designer. I can't remember his name, but, yeah.
Okay.
So I liked the first dress. I liked the pink dresses.
Mm-hmm.
I think those worked for her. I think with the black dress, she just...
I
just needed a pop of color.
True. I feel like it could work for other people. It just didn't work for her.
Agreed.
Pink dresses were very, like, couple years ago, Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Because when I was watching, like, the Oscars, as we mentioned before, she seemed very down to earth, which is a good thing to have in an actor. Mm-hmm. Or actress in this case. Mm-hmm. And not to say that you're not, like, you can't be down to earth and also wear stuff like this. I'm totally fine with that, but it feels like she, like you said, was trying way too hard.
Yeah. It almost like she was overcompensating for something she just
Exactly.
didn't
Almost
really
looks like
need
the
to.
Spanish Inquisition. Like, there's this one photo right here. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with the Monty Python sketch?
No, unfortunately.
The Monty Python sketch is the Spanish Inquisition, where two people are discussing something, and then one of them uses the phrase, "I didn't expect some sort of Spanish Inquisition." And then suddenly the Spanish Inquisition busts in the door. And it's British hijinks, but the clothing is red robes and a cross, and it's sort of similar to that in how it poofs out, not as drastically as that, of course.
Interesting.
But it was still interesting.
Very. Okay, I'm just gonna see what.
What
Google
other?
images. Cardi B.
She's also
Okay, so
Hollywood.
I'm gonna be honest. I love Cardi B. When I first saw this look, I really wasn't here for it.
She looks like a peacock. She looks like a red peacock.
I don't know if she's trying to serve me like Big Bird chic, like from Sesame Street, or like if she was just trying to be the red carpet itself. But then there was like a bird moment.
There was a bird?
I don't know.
I mean, it's... I'm gonna put that up just so I can see. How big is that dress?
It's huge. It's the train of it is. There's one photo that I saw, where like the whole train of it covered like the majority
of the carpet,
or of like the steps.
Where did the phrase "red carpet" first come from? Did they always just use a red carpet, or was there always a carpet
perhaps?
I feel like that would go back to like royalty times, because people would be walking and they don't want their feet to touch the ground. They'd roll out a carpet of sorts.
Right. Right. Here's the train.
It looks like a rug.
It does.
Because on the edge, for the listeners, it looks almost like a shag, I think is the type of rug.
Yeah.
A shag rug. Well, inside it's more...
It's like a quilt.
Yes.
That's the kind of material.
Oh.
It's interesting how it's very, it's almost like a bodycon. Like it really kind of hugs her curves.
Yeah.
And I think
she has a very thin waist, small waist.
She's a very small waist, considering she just had a baby. Like,
oh, wow,
impressively small.
I like the feathers on her arm. It's not just one.
I like it, but I think with it going kind of over her head,
I'd rather
it's
have
just
her
too
hair.
Much.
If she had her hair, like, she has black hair, correct?
Yes.
Yes. If she has, like, black hair going down, I feel that
I feel like that would really...
just a tad nicer.
Yeah. But anyway, final verdict, it works for her. I liked her what she wore last year more.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, last year there were a lot of really good outfits. Who else?
Is this just like a women's thing, or do men also?
Oh, no.
Oh, men also
men
dress
go
up
too.
for this? Oh, interesting.
Harry Styles, I think, had one of the better men's
I feel
outfits.
like going with men's at this gala could easily turn sour because just of like how extravagant the women's are.
Yeah.
There's
a lot more I don't want to say competition, but there's just a lot more at stake. Because I feel like we're just now getting to a point where men dressing in more traditionally feminine pieces is becoming acceptable.
Acceptable, yeah.
I would consider this relatively feminine.
Yeah. He looks very sad in this photo.
He looks a little disappointed. Like he's looking at somebody else's outfit and is like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, like I like the rings. I like the rings.
I do like the accessories in this look. I love this single
earring.
The single drop pearl. I thought that was a really nice touch. I don't know. I'm kind of a tattoo junkie. I love when people show off their tattoos.
I have this verdict when it comes to tattoos. I think tattoos are cool on other people. I don't think I'd look good with a tattoo. But, I mean, this one, I like it. I'm confused about the armbands. That's my thing. I think I would have liked it better if it just was billowy down the side. He's wearing something that covers his arms with, like, a lace frill at the end. And he's got what looks to be almost a knot of a scarf, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like a very lacy scarf.
Yeah, I know there's, like, a name for this sort of a neckline.
It's almost like not really an ascot, but...
It's like a bow.
Yes.
Of sorts.
And are those like high-waisted? It almost looks like very high-waisted pants.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Or does it end up... Oh yeah, that. I feel like that's a bit of a better photo. So
Yeah.
it's waisted up to like almost under his what are these?
Like man boobs,
Pecs.
I suppose. Pecs.
And then it's gossamer, right? That's the
yeah.
gossamer.
I think
So you could see like he's got tattoos all along his chest area. Yeah.
And décolleté. I like this look. I thought it was
nice. Ooh, I like the shoes as well.
It's clean. It's sharp. It's just enough of everything. There's nothing that's overpowering to me.
I feel like also the way his face is done, it's not too, like his hair, they could have very easily like done something with his hair. I like it down.
Yeah, I like his hair like that. I think that's a good look for him. So, we've been talking about a lot of the good outfits.
Oh, yes.
But I think we have to talk about the bad.
All right.
So I have to start out by saying I do love Katy Perry.
Oh, are we talking about the chandelier?
I felt like we have to.
Yeah, the chandelier. I feel like Sia would have been better to wear this dress, like a chandelier dress.
Yeah, that feels more appropriate.
Katy Perry, has she released any music lately? Or what's she doing?
I feel like she's kind of just been under the radar.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
anything
new from her in like a couple years.
What was her last big hit? Was it Dark Horse or Roar?
Yeah, something like 2012, 2013, like a good 5 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Which is really weird to think about. It feels like
just yesterday.
I remember listening to those songs for the first time and being like, wow, this is great. Anyway.
So yes.
So in case you haven't seen this, I'm sorry, you're kind of living under a rock. But
you have to see this dress. I like how it's lit up. I like how it's lit up.
Yes, I do like that.
But she looks like Lumiere.
And not in a flattering way.
Not in a flattering way. Is there much to say? Can you look like Lumiere in a flattering way?
I think you can.
You can?
I think you can.
But yeah,
I think it's possible.
She looks like a little bit like Lumiere with how her hands in that position are personally. She's wearing a chandelier that comes up around her waist.
Yes.
So instead of having like a dress that goes downwards, the hem comes up.
Right.
And she's also wearing a hat that's another chandelier.
On top of that.
And that's just it. Oh, wow.
Oh, I haven't seen the shoes. The shoes...
Do they have eyes?
Oh, no, those are just...
Okay, those
like
are bows.
Okay.
They are and she's like, it's all silvery white.
I think that tone of silver looks good with her skin tone.
Yes, it does.
I think she...
And the light, it catches her skin in a very flattering way.
But that being said, I mean, she could have, honestly, it looks like they just took like a homecoming dress and then just like put a chandelier on it because they could. I think if they took the chandelier off, that dress by itself would be fine.
It would, because it's studded with what looks like mock diamonds. And then under the actual chandelier too, she's got some hanging beads, which is nice. But I really don't like the headdress.
I don't like the headdress.
Because of how it circles her head. It looks like a bald cap that's with
crystals.
That's crystals, yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously like just like pulling her face up.
I feel like if she nods her head, it's just going to fall over.
Yeah, no, I'm scared for her to like breathe in this outfit.
How would she sit down?
You don't. That's how. There were quite a few.
Sanding.
I watched some interviews and some like videos from Vogue. There were quite a few of the women there who like literally didn't sit all night, mainly because they had corsets that were so tight. Like it wasn't worth it.
I feel like they should have some sort of like stand for people who are sitting, or not sitting, but people who have to stand, so that they can somewhat relax, because that's got to be taxing to carry around.
Oh yeah, and she's wearing heels. Yeah. There's no way those are comfortable. I'm sorry. There's no way. And then like the neck piece, it's just ugly.
It is.
It's just ugly.
It looks like something a Egyptian pharaoh would wear, except
the ones that
worse.
They wore were like loads better.
Yes.
And then, are there earrings? Is that what those are? Are they attached to the
those giant
neck piece?
circles? Yeah. It feels like I could just lift that up and she'd just follow me. I could carry her like a suitcase. I don't know.
And
her hands. How much her hands would have to, she can't really move through there.
Right.
She'd have to hold them above her.
And then how does she get through doorways?
I know. I mean, they'd have to be like supermarket doorways that slide as you come out. It's insane.
This just looks like a DIY project gone really bad. Just gone really bad. It's just not good.
This would go well for a theme of perhaps home decoration.
Yeah. Oh, but then she changes.
She changes. Does everyone change at the Met Gala?
Not to my awareness.
Just those who want to be just a tad bit more.
Not that. Have you seen her second look yet?
I have not seen her second look.
I'm very curious for your reaction.
Is that a Krabby Patty? First off, wait, is that guacamole on a hamburger?
So for the listeners at home, Katy Perry then proceeds to change into a hamburger costume. At this point, it's a costume. It's not an outfit.
It's not an outfit.
Nobody's going to just wear this.
She doesn't have her arms. Her arms must be like tucked inside the costume. She's wearing loafers.
Or moccasins? I don't...
Yeah.
Oh, those are like sneakers.
Oh my god. Wait, are they also mimicking the hamburger? I
don't really know. I think she was just going for comfort at that point. Because her
I don't know if those are that's like a bun with like the avocado, because
maybe
it's sort of, I don't know. But to describe it in detail, first off, is she wearing like a toothpick?
Oh yeah, and then she has a toothpick headpiece.
Again, the headpiece, it's a bald cap with something sticking out of it.
It's not doing... This outfit is doing nothing for her.
For those of you who don't know what a burger looks like, there's a bun, and in this case there's a bun, pickles, barely any cheese, which is one of my first complaints.
Oh, I thought that was
it could be mustard. It could be mustard.
I think that layer's mustard.
So yeah, pickles, mustard, tomatoes, then avocado, or guacamole.
Or lettuce.
I don't know. I don't think that's lettuce. Lettuce is just, it wouldn't droop like that.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Where's the It's in New
There's
York.
no lettuce.
There's no lettuce. Then there's a little bit of cheese, and then that almost looks like a walnut instead of a bun. It looks like a walnut. That's the side of a walnut. And then
that's fair.
She just sticks her body through the center of it with a toothpick that you tend to hold the burger together with, coming out of her head.
So I don't know if you've seen this, but apparently there's a video of Katie putting this. So she has her costume change in the bathroom, and J-Lo walks in.
Oh, Jennifer Lopez. She hasn't been around much lately. She's been doing American Idol, hasn't she?
Yeah. No, she hasn't been doing Idol this year. No.
Is Keith Urban on there still?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with Idol.
Yeah, neither have I. After their quote-unquote
farewell
last
season. Yeah. Anyway, so she's changing, and J-Lo walks in, and J-Lo just doesn't care because she's J-Lo.
She's Jennifer Lopez.
And Katie was like, "Hey, J-Lo," and J-Lo just walks into a stall and doesn't even say anything to her.
I don't know.
As she's
Jennifer Lopez
trying to change from a chandelier to a hamburger.
Okay, so that's two, I guess you could say, of the worst outfit/costumes at the Met Gala. Are there any other ones that even top that?
In terms of bad outfits, not that I've seen.
Okay.
An interesting look. Jared Leto's.
Oh, Jared Leto.
He's a character.
He is.
I
did not enjoy his portrayal of the Joker.
Really?
I did not know. I preferred. What's his name?
I wouldn't know.
He was in the Nolan Batman. Heath Ledger.
Okay.
He did well.
Okay.
And I also prefer Jack Nicholson's Joker.
I definitely prefer Jack Nicholson over quite a few actors.
Mm-hmm.
No tea, no shade. But, so this was what so that's his head.
That's his head.
He
looks like that. He looks remarkably like Jesus.
Remarkably so.
And
that
he's wearing
was his
gloves.
purse.
That was a purse.
That was a purse.
How did he open it from?
I think
the scalp? The
so
seam?
the hairline was a seam that would split, and then you keep whatever guys keep in purses. I don't even really know.
We don't. I don't know.
I don't know.
Keep much. This person in the background, he's just having a grand old time.
He's just he's living.
I like his gloves. I sort of just.
I like the glove. Honestly, I don't have much to complain.
It's not a bad outfit. I think it's fine. The shoes, you can barely see a little bit poking out.
Yeah.
They match the jewelry quite nicely because he has a turtleneck.
Yeah,
and it just sort of it covers all of his body except for about maybe 6 inches of his arm, from his hand to his arm. 6 inches of that. They're rolled up slightly, and he's carrying a purse of his own head, and he's got jewelry draped alongside that. In the center of his chest, he has a sort of...
It's like a heart.
Large heart made out of studded something. And then he's got seams of it running down his leg.
I like this look for him.
I can't complain. I like it a lot.
I like it. It's a good shade of red for him. I think his hair down is great. I think the purse is weird, but is there anybody else in Hollywood that could pull off something like this?
Like that? That's a question.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe nah, he wouldn't work. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely weird. It's out there. It's very camp. That was what everybody said.
Who were some of the more not memorable, but higher people in Hollywood who went there?
So the Kardashians.
Oh no.
As much as we all hate them.
Love and hate in some cases.
It's a love hate.
Yeah. The Kardashian.
Yeah, they're an odd bunch. So here was Kim's look. So for the listeners at home,
okay. First off, she obviously hit up the tanning spa.
Right
before this. Her dress is the exact same color, shade of her skin, which is about 2 shades darker than her normal skin color.
Yeah. So her waist is about as big. It's probably the width of these
cups,
tea glasses.
It's very skinny.
She just looks like a cartoon.
She does.
Everything about this look is cartoonish.
She looks like Jessica Rabbit, but
in real life.
In real life,
which,
yeah. I mean,
was bound to happen. Like we were gonna.
Yeah, it was gonna happen.
Was gonna happen at some point.
I like her. What is this? Collarbone. Her collarbone's very prominent, and it looks nice. Also, I just don't really like the jewelry because it looks like she's sweating.
I actually kind of like it. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I think it's different.
How's it being held through wires?
No, like there's a piece of piece of thread that's attached and like sewn into the dress.
Interesting.
And then there's just it's like a crystal that looks like water droplets. I like the dress. I don't like the way it looks on her. I think this was like in theory a great outfit.
Yeah.
But the execution was
Who would wear this then, is the question. Who would wear this? And look good in it. Because I feel just anybody seeing quite a few people seeing Kim Kardashian wear this would be like, oh, I have to wear this now. But who would look good in it?
That's a great question. I think... I'm so bad with remembering celebrities' names. But I definitely feel like there's somebody in Hollywood that could pull this off. But in a way that isn't so cartoonish.
Yes.
So everything about this look is just artificial.
It doesn't look human.
No.
Which is sad to say. Okay, her face looks better in this photo. In the previous one, it sort of looked like she was trying to scare you. In this one, she looks more... I mean, obviously, it's Kim Kardashian's face.
Right. Which we know.
No, it's imprinted on everyone's brain, but we just know there's been so much work done on it.
I mean, I like the way her makeup's done. I think it works.
Her makeup is done very well.
I think it works with the look, but her face, like, there's so much makeup on her face. It just, she doesn't even look human. So, not a bad look.
No.
Not the worst look. Let's look at the other Kardashians. I hated Kris Jenner's look.
Okay. Kris Jenner. Who is... That name sounds familiar. Is she one of the Kardashians?
She's the mom.
Oh.
So here's Kris's look. There is nothing about this outfit that is working for her.
Is she trying to be an angel? No, she looks like Versace. No, not Versace.
Donatella? Yeah.
No, wait. Was it Versace?
Yeah. Like Donatella, Versace, his sister.
Pianist? No.
Oh, the pianist?
That is it? Oh, I need to look this one up. He was a top paid performer in Vegas for a while, and that includes Elvis.
Oh.
Is it Versace? I'm pretty sure it is. No, Versace's a brand. That's what... Oh, no. Okay, but yeah, so back to this while I find this.
So for the listeners at home, it's sort of like a navy blue kind of satin dress with a pretty severe plunge. Like a star
pendant,
bedazzled pendant, I suppose. And then I guess you would call that a jacket because it goes over her shoulders and has sort of the silhouette of one. And they kind of look like angel wings. It's sort of like a light gray. And then she has this very severe yellowy platinum blonde wig with sort of a navy blue smoky eye. I just don't like that color on her.
Got him. Liberace.
Oh, Liberace.
That's his name.
Okay. I see that.
She looks like Liberace. For those of you who don't know, Liberace was a god, first off. His fashion style, no one could wear what he wore.
Incredible.
But yeah, so she looks just like it.
So she's just trying... She's trying too hard.
Is that part of her costume or is that someone else's?
No, that's part of it.
Okay. It is?
Yeah.
My.
Oh, that
the
purple
pink.
No. That's part of somebody else's. It's... I just don't like it on her. I've seen her wear and do so much better that to see this sort of look at an event like the Met Gala was just disappointing.
Yeah.
Lastly, I do have to talk about Kendall and Kylie. I think they had some of the best looks of the night. I'm just going to say it.
I like how they're similar. I really love the purple hair going with the purple dress. Well, I mean, the body's more like a light purple.
Yeah.
But the rest is slightly darker.
Yeah. So Kylie's in kind of a lavender. These are both Versace. Bodycon fishnet
type of deal.
Sparkly moment, and then it kind of flares.
Fishnet. It looks more like a hex sort of thing.
Oh yeah, that's probably more of a hex.
And then it sort of it almost looks like a mermaid tail.
Yeah, and then it flares into a mermaid tail that's kind of feathery, and then these big
pom-poms.
Pom-pom sleeve situation.
How hot must that be on your arms?
Probably very hot. It can't be comfortable.
And then this one is Kylie?
Yeah, so that's Kylie and this is Kendall. And Kendall's in kind of like a fiery orange bodycon, kind of a similar concept as Kylie's. Less bedazzled, more feathery. I
like this one too.
Kind of a nudish layer, and then with the kind of orange feather moment.
Almost like flames licking up her body.
I mean, this is just giving me Big Bird chic. Like,
a lot of people have been.
Which is something I never thought I'd say out loud or on a podcast, but here we are.
Yeah.
I just love everything about that.
I don't know how I feel about that one hair. Just, if it was on the other side, maybe I'd be getting like more of a slight demon vibe.
Interesting.
But just that one sort of
curl.
I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm.
So we should get to class because we're
probably
It's 12:45.
We should scoot.
But it was wonderful to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. This was truly a blast.
Perfect. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to eat any food for lunch.
Oh, it's fine. Pam's chill. I don't know if she listens to these, but yeah.
Okay, so that just about wraps up episode 9. This is a bit of a longer episode. And yes, so thank you, and we will see you next time. Ciao.